Have you noticed something strange? One day you open YouTube and see a video claiming AI is the biggest revolution since the internet. The next day, another headline says the AI bubble is about to burst. Same technology, completely opposite predictions. So, who's telling the truth? Is artificial intelligence really the next world changing invention, or is it just another overhyped trend that's about to collapse? Here's what's interesting. Whenever a new technology appears, people rarely argue only about the technology. They argue about what it means. And when billions of dollars are involved, those arguments become even louder. Today, it feels like everyone wants you to believe one thing: AI is a bubble. But after digging into the evidence, I realized something surprising. The real story isn't just about AI, it's about history, psychology, money, and the incentives that shape the stories we hear. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the AI bubble debate exists and why the answer isn't as simple as most headlines make it seem. Before we decide whether AI is a bubble, we need to answer a more basic question. What is a bubble anyway? Imagine your friend buys a small house for $200,000. A year later, everyone believes that house will soon be worth $500,000. Suddenly, people rush to buy houses, not because the houses became dramatically better, but because everyone expects someone else to pay even more later. Prices keep rising, excitement grows, people become convinced that prices can only go up. Eventually, reality catches up. If those high expectations can't be justified, prices fall, and that's when the bubble bursts. Notice something important. The problem wasn't that houses were useless. People still needed places to live. The problem was that expectations grew faster than reality. That's the key idea behind almost every bubble in history. Now, keep that thought in mind because this is where the AI debate gets much more interesting. So, does AI fit the definition of a bubble? Well, it depends on who you ask. If you listen to one group, AI is the most overhyped technology in decades. Listen to another, and they'll tell you we're witnessing the beginning of a new era, something as important as the internet or even electricity. How can two smart groups look at the same technology and reach completely opposite conclusions? To answer that, let's hear both sides. The people who believe AI is a bubble usually point to one thing: the hype. Every week, a new AI startup appears. Companies add the letters AI to their products almost overnight. Investors pour billions of dollars into businesses that haven't even proven they'll make money. Meanwhile, headlines promise that AI will replace millions of jobs, create trillion-dollar companies, and transform nearly every industry. If that sounds familiar, it's because we've seen something like this before. During the dot-com boom in the late 1990s, almost any company with .com in its name attracted huge investments. Some of those companies became giants. Many disappeared. The excitement was real, but so was the speculation. That's why some economists and investors see today's AI boom and ask, are we repeating the same mistake? It's a reasonable question, but here's where the story becomes more complicated. Supporters of AI make a very different argument. They agree there's hype, but they say people are confusing the hype with the technology itself. Think about electricity. When electricity was first introduced, many companies failed. Investors lost money, people made unrealistic predictions, but electricity still changed the world. The same thing happened with the internet. The dot-com bubble burst. Thousands of companies disappeared. Yet today, it's almost impossible to imagine life without the internet. In other words, a bubble in investment doesn't automatically mean the underlying technology is worthless. That's an important distinction. AI companies can fail, stock prices can fall, investments can be overvalued, and yet AI itself could still become one of the most important technologies of our lifetime. Those two ideas can both be true. So maybe the real question isn't, is AI a bubble? Maybe it's, which parts of AI are hype and which parts are genuinely transforming the world. That's where things get really interesting because once you stop looking at headlines, you start noticing something else. The people telling you what to believe often have incentives of their own, and those incentives shape the story far more than most people realize. By now, you've probably noticed something. The AI debate isn't just about technology, it's also about incentives. Let's start with the media. Imagine two headlines. The first says, AI adoption continues steadily across industries. The second says, the AI bubble is about to burst. Which one are you more likely to click? Probably the second one. That's because our brains naturally pay more attention to surprising, emotional, or dramatic information. The same thing happens on social media. Posts that say AI will destroy every job or AI will save humanity spread much faster than posts that say the reality is complicated, extreme opinions get attention, balanced opinions usually don't. Now, think about investors. Some investors make money when excitement around AI grows. Others make money when markets become fearful. That doesn't automatically mean they're dishonest, but it does mean they have different perspectives and sometimes different incentives. Then there are companies. Today, adding the words powered by AI to a product can attract customers, investors, and media attention. Some companies are building genuinely useful AI tools. Others are simply riding the trend because it's good for business. Again, that's not unique to AI. Every major technology wave has attracted both real innovation and opportunistic marketing. And that's exactly why the conversation feels so confusing. You're not just hearing facts, you're hearing facts filtered through different goals, incentives, and beliefs. So, is AI a bubble? The most honest answer is parts of it might be. Some companies are almost certainly overvalued. Some startups won't survive. Some promises will never come true. History suggests that's normal during periods of rapid innovation, but none of that automatically means AI itself is a passing fad. Remember the internet? The dot-com bubble burst. Countless companies disappeared, yet the internet went on to reshape communication, business, education, entertainment, almost every part of modern life. The bubble was real. The technology was real too. Those weren't contradictions. They happened at the same time. AI could follow a similar path. Not every AI company will succeed. Not every prediction will come true. But the technology may continue improving long after today's hype fades. And that's why asking, is AI a bubble, might be the wrong question. A better question is, which claims are supported by evidence and which are driven by excitement, fear, or financial incentives? If you start asking that question every time you hear a bold AI prediction, you'll understand this technology better than most people because the goal isn't to predict the future with certainty, it's to think clearly while everyone else is choosing sides. If you enjoyed this video and want clear, hype-free explanations about AI in the future of technology, consider subscribing because the more AI becomes part of our lives, the more valuable it is to understand what's really happening, not just what's trending. I'll see you in the next one.